G'day guys and welcome back to the Acolyte. Previously on, we had twin babies being born from the Force, created somehow. We had fire on stone. And people be mad as hell with this show, man. People saying they're rewriting George Lucas. People mad that, people asking... why did these witches create two Force-sensitive children and Palpatine couldn't, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, this happened before Palpatine was born, I think. I could be wrong. And that information is just lost to time. That's it. And correct me if I'm wrong, someone probably knows the answer to this, but didn't the whole point of, Project Necromancer, was to create Force-sensitive clones, not an entirely new being out of nothing? Yes. Like I said, I could be wrong. Someone please tell me if I'm missing some vital information about the differences between what's actually happening and why everyone's mad. Other than that, I'm loving this show. I'm loving the, let's say, aesthetic. I'm loving the atmosphere. But, I have questions that have come up. It's like, how did all those witches die? Why does what's-his-name have scars on his face? I'm not good with names. I don't know if I actually wrote his down. I should have. Yeah, Torben. Torben, he has scars on his face. People died. What was going on with that? I assume it was a power generator. Why did that explode? Obviously, everything last episode we saw from Osha's point of view. Not May's. Like, how did May survive? Who pulled her from wherever she fell from? And things like that. It's like, what were the Jedi up to that entire time? Questions. Hopefully they get answered. And that's it. Hopefully people get less mad as the show goes on. I don't understand the hatred. I'm loving it. So let's just get to episode 4. Son is self-imposed exile. Just living like Yoda, I guess. It's the same drawings from Brandok. It's the symbol, the yin yang symbol. From like May's head, the mother's head. Yeah. Did he draw? Yeah. Again, thank you. It's Coruscant.
Maximize your defenses without need to strike.
I'm sure that training will change
That's our
once the
time.
acolytes come about.
But who?
She doesn't know her master's identity, but she fears him.
An apprentice who doesn't know their master. It's absurd.
It's like, what's
If
that
this
dude's
way
name?
Splinter.
Kiadi Mundi?
I fear May is only a small part of her master's larger plan. A plan that is difficult to see.
It's clouded.
Some sort of shift. Something to tip the scales.
If she resists arrest, and Holden neutralizes her,
It won't come to that.
then the whole master will truly be lost to us. She will not surrender without getting something in
Yeah,
return.
Sol can be the one to draw her out.
It has to be some sort of test, right? You engage unarmed, but can use their saber if you disarm them? Or is that cheating?
Yeah. Does she have to do it unarmed, or does the Jedi have to be unarmed? Which is why she's going for the sabers, to make them unarmed and then kill them. Who is this? That's rude.
What's that? That's Basil.
Basil.
Or they with us?
Any questions?
He should have been a fox. Then we could have called him Basil Brush.
Kilnaka is in there.
Probably felt right at home, huh? What are those? Bugs? Big ass bugs.
What is it? He says there's something wrong here. Something rotten.
Keep up the pace. Keep down the
That's
volume.
probably the creepy ass bugs.
We don't know. And we don't want to know what lives out here.
Scan. Why would you touch? Never touch. Because that happens. What is this? Alien? Predator? Predator?
Saul!
You have a gun.
Stand down.
There are so many.
I have it. Let's move. It'll be dark soon.
Like moths. And it's called an umbra moth? That's what the... Okay. That's what the subtitles called it. An umbra moth.
Attacking a defenseless person goes against everything the Jedi stands for. How do you kill someone like that? Unarmed. It's not a test. It's impossible.
You just have to become a killer.
We've lost Basil.
I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to kill a Jedi without a weapon. I don't need to keep this deal.
What?
Why not?
Cut me down!
You were wrong. Osha being alive changes everything. My loyalty is to Osha, not your master.
What are you doing?
Why the change?
What I'm going to do is surrender myself to Kelnaka,
Why?
and then turn myself into the Jedi.
No, stop, stop!
Master Kilnaka!
Is he dead? What the hell? He was making something earlier. Don't tell me it was poison. Nope, that's a lightsaber. What the fuck happened?
He's here.
He's here?
In the name of the Galactic Republic and the Order of the Jedi.
Is that what Saul was
Should come out with your hands where we can see
feeling?
That means you, May Anasea.
What the shit sticks? He really is here. Came down like a G.
What is that?
Sith Lord. That's a weird mask, man. It's creepy as hell.
yourself.
Stand down!
Wonder if it's like one of her mothers.
Watch out! Run!
Here we go. Damn. Took them all out like a boss. You know, I had a thought, like, it has to be Khmer or Khmer, however you say his name, Khmer, because, like, he is the only one that makes sense in this context of, like, this episode, yeah? He was the only one out of everybody on that planet that wasn't in that one spot. He's the only one that kind of makes sense now, too, with the death of Kelnaka being by a lightsaber. I assume it was him. He got a head because like that wound was still like smoking, wasn't it? Like it wasn't just like a mark. It was still red hot, still kind of sizzling. So I think it was like it literally just happened. It was probably Khmer. He managed to get ahead, like he knew exactly where Kelnaka was. So he did it, and then put his mask on, came down like a G, took everyone out with a force push. And that's my current theory. It's the only one that makes sense right now. I could be wrong. Still, it's not confirmed or anything, but that is my current guess. Don't know what to think about that one and the way that just ended like that. Pretty sudden. We know the Sith Lord is here. He killed Kelnaka just to fuck with May. Took them all out with a good old force push. He seemed pretty interested in Osha, but they drew the lightsaber. Don't know who it is yet. Could be anybody. There were some theories around the week that it was like Sol was he? Was it? I think some theories that it was even like Yord. Obviously, it's neither of them. I don't know, man. Don't like May had a bit of a switch, just sort of randomly bit through that episode. I mean, it seemed pretty sudden, but she's obviously been thinking about it for a while. But still, I mean, it's a bit of a switch to go to that. And you know, this episode really kind of reminded me of like the Hobbit movies. I forget which one it was. Probably the first one, where you have the group of dwarves that was the first or second one. They're traveling through the forest, and they get like a little woozy because they're trapped in like a magic, like dark magic thing. They're just going around in circles. They're getting tired. It was very sort of Lord of the Rings reminiscent. There's forest, there's darkness in the forest as well. And like I said, like there's just like evil afoot. I think the movie, like The Hobbit, obviously it was like spiders or something. This had the centipede moth things, like the Umbra moths or whatever they were called. So yeah, it was very I think there was 9 Jedi there as well, so very fellowshipy. Going on an adventure, just the constant walking, very little dialogue. It was very fellowshipy. I think I counted 9 Jedi plus Basil, which makes 10. But yeah, just very, very Lord of the Ringsy feel to this episode. Yeah, I mean that was actually a quick episode, to be honest. It's the shortest one yet. Yeah, Basil. Don't know much about him other than he's not a fox, so I can't call him Basil Brush, which is disappointing. And the Force is, I guess, like somewhat clouded from what they were hinting at. Like they can't see the paths ahead. They can't really see through the Force because it's somewhat clouded. We've heard that before with the Sith and Palpatine. That was all during like the Clone Wars and obviously like the movies as well. And like I don't know timelines. Right? I think that's my biggest thing right now. It's just I don't know who he could be, man. Because this is 100 years before the Phantom Menace. I assume that this is either Plagueis or Plagueis' master. I don't know how old Plagueis was supposed to be before like Palpatine became his apprentice. And there's obviously like a young. How old are they supposed to be? Like 20-something years old here. So this could be like a 20-something year old Plagueis doing some Sith things, looking for some acolytes, and I don't know. Let me know what you'll think about that one. I think that Camille, is Plagueis. I don't know if we've ever gotten Darth Plagueis's real name. We've just heard him as Darth Plagueis. So, could be him. I don't know. Let me know what you'll think about the theory. Other than that, I mean, we saw... I'm not good with, like, species names. I'm not good with names in general, but, like, species names. I've never really done the research into Star Wars. I just know that there was a guy there that looked like... I believe his name is Ki-Adi-Mundi. And there was also a guy that looked like Plo Koon. Plo Koon, he had that breather that Plo Koon has. He was part of the Fellowship. That Ki-Adi-Mundi guy was part of the, I don't know what you'd call it, the small sort of Jedi Master Council, like the small council they had at the start of the episode. They're not telling the High Council, which includes Yoda, so obviously Yoda's not going to be in the show. I assume the High Council will be told at some point, especially if there's a powerful, let's say, dark side user / Sith coming about who has acolytes. That's something the council would want to know. And Kalnark is dead. Didn't expect it to go that way. I originally thought he killed himself because he was making something at the beginning. He was... I'm also curious as to why he was painting like that yin-yang symbol on the ship. Or whether he did that or it was there before, I don't know. But they paid very close attention to it. There was some ominous music playing. Kalnarka was up to something. And now he's dead. And so Sol's the only one left. He's the only one that knows what's really happened, I guess, on Brandok all those years ago. There's, it's not a test, it's a lesson. It's just a willingness to kill, like, an innocent, defenseless, like, unarmed person, just willing to become, like, a cold-blooded killer in order to take that final step to becoming one with the dark side, I guess. That's about it. Like I said, it was a short episode. Not a lot really happened. There was just a lot of traipsing through the jungle. Most of it was a setup for the next episode, which is happening next week. So this episode's a little disappointing in a way. It was short, but we did get an ending that was pretty awesome with the him showing up. That's about it. That's it for this week. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comment section down below. Let me know what your theories are around who he is, where you think the story is going to end at the end of this season. If there's going to be a season 2, I don't know, but let me know what your theories are. Like I said, in the comment section down below. But that's it for this week. Join me next week for episode 5, and as usual, if you'll enjoy this reaction and want to see more, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, join me next time. I'll see you there.